Hey everyone, it's Annie
and Brady
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what is going to be probably the greatest episode of all time, because it's all to do with me. I'm kidding, but really, today's kind of a special episode because by the time you hear this, I'll be on my deployment. So, instead of me hosting like we usually would, it's going to be Annie, and you guys are just going to hear about all my favorite things about Disney. So stick around on this week's episode. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Wow, this episode is going to be a lot of fun for me because I like to talk about moi. And it's also like really surreal. I just got to keep reminding myself, like, I'm not gone forever, and I'm going to be popping in as much as I can while I'm away. But yeah, so we decided before I go, we'll just, instead of having to start like a tour of a whole other park and try to fit it into one episode, we're going to just see what I like at all the different parks. I have no idea what the questions are that Annie's going to ask me, which I think is fun. It's kind of like going on our festival tours.
Yes.
So it's a festival tour of me.
Yeah, I thought about sending them to you, and then I was like, no, we'll do it on the spot because that's how we always do that.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. Yeah, so first of all, my name is Brady McCleary, also known to you guys as Brady Cam on Instagram.
That's usually my problem.
I know. And with me, as always, is the rock, the solid foundation of this podcast. It is the dearest, sweetest.
I'm trying not to cry on this episode. Oh my Lord! Hi, this is Annie at WDW Collective. It's a very special episode of the Never Growing Up podcast.
I think for the next couple of months, they're going to be very special episodes.
They are
such a great lineup of co-hosts, guys. Like, I saw the whole list, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I know we're excited, and for those of you who, for some reason, are just joining, and this is like your first episode with us.
Your intro episode.
You're coming into a big time episode. So, well, Brady, why don't you tell them what's going on?
Okay, so I am in the military. I have been. We're going on 9 years now. Wow. Yeah. No, 10. Where am I? Let's see. September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah. I'm at 9.5 years. But I'm going on my very first deployment, and it's for 6 months. That it's going to be a little longer than usual. Usually it's 4. I'm going for 6, and it's just going to be a really crazy adventure.
Yes.
I wish I could just say everything that's happening, but I just can't.
Right.
But it's going to be fun. I will be trying to pop in. She's still going to send me the links every time. Her and one of our special co-hosts, a Disney or non-Disney, but Disney-friendly creator, is going to pop in. She's going to send me the link every time they record, and I'm going to at least try to pop in, interrupt, and say hi, and then like hang up. You know, even if it's just that, I'm going to try really hard. I'll be, I think, like 14 hours ahead of you. So
is that the time difference? Oh shit, I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Wow.
So I'll be in the next day.
You'll be in the future.
Evening. I'll be in the future. So that's kind of what's going on around here. And so we thought, like I said, that it'd be fun just to kind of fill this episode with just some fun stuff.
Yeah. And first, I speak for everyone listening, and of course for me, is that, you know, we obviously cannot thank you enough for doing what you're doing. And I've been like mentally struggling with this over once you told me. So, you know, we're just praying for your safe return, and we can't wait till you come back. And it'll be awesome because it'll be the summer. So that's great.
It'll be the
Actually,
summer.
we
It
live in
won't be negative 17 degrees outside.
yeah. So, and like Brady's saying, we're going to have some guest hosts that are going to help me out while he's away. And we're not doing anything like a permanent guest host. I've talked about this before. One of my favorite podcasters, when her co-host had to move home for family reasons, the company wouldn't let him continue. So she's since then. This has been like I think it's been at least 5 years since he's been gone. Has done a rotating um, list because you can't replace that person. So that's what we're doing. We're very excited for some of the co-hosts that we're there. It'll be a surprise, so you'll just see like a little heads up who that person's going to be for the week. So we're so excited, and we're just praying for your safe return and that everything's okay.
Yeah, it's everything's gonna be just fine. I right now I'm stressing out because I haven't started packing.
Oh, gee.
Um, typically, typically I'm very notorious for packing too far in advance. Like normal Brady would have packed all of my stuff a month ago and then sat there and just stared at it, which causes a lot of anxiety and stress because I hate waiting on things. And if I would have had
Yeah,
my bag packed right now, I can't do anything about it. It would literally
yeah,
just sit there and I would stare at it being like, okay, well, let's just freaking go. Like, come
yeah,
on. So I thought to kind of alleviate that, I'd kind of push it off. I've washed everything. Everything's like in my bag, like just like in my bag, just not
yeah,
organized. Um, so we'll see.
yeah. And
It's a
and
lot easier now that we
yeah,
finally have solid dates.
that's yes. I know it's been kind of a fluid situation for like a while,
Yeah.
so it's just good to rip the band-aid off, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what else
Or
to
I guess I should say that we had solid dates because, like I said, by the time you hear this, I'm already gone.
yes. Yeah, we're yeah, I think it'll probably be another 2 weeks or so by the time you actually hear this episode from us recording it. And then we'll be starting our new our rotating co-host in March. So I wanted to time it so we start like right at the beginning of the month.
So, what kind of stuff are you guys going to talk about? Like, are you guys going to do continue the tours of the other two parks? Are you guys going to? Uh,
So I want to keep it kind of open because some of the creators that are going to be on do live near Orlando and are able to
ooh,
go to the parks right now. Like obviously, it's a whole thing to travel these days. So it'll be fun to actually talk about like what they're seeing in the parks right now. So I'm kind of leaving it open to the creators. Like, is there something specific that you want to talk about? Do you want to continue doing the tours? Because we can still keep doing that. Um, but yeah, I don't want to like beholden people to things, especially and if there's something that they wanna promote, like, cool, like, we'll talk about that too, like, whatever
all
works.
of them. I say all of them can talk about whatever they want to talk about, except for its darling Nikki. I know she goes to the parks, so I need to hear about the parks.
Yes, yeah, so, yeah, there's a few people who, very luckily get to go to the parks pretty frequently because they live nearby, so very jealous because I haven't been honestly, probably by the time you get back is probably when I will go to the parks again. Because we're waiting till we get vaccinated, and that's probably not gonna be till, like, the spring, and then by the time we don't particularly wanna go there in the summer with a mask on. We
Speaking
still have
of
to
the
wear masks.
vaccinations, I wanted to get my first round
Yeah.
done and out of the way a couple weeks ago, but they said, "Oh, no, you can't because you're deploying and you won't be able to get a second shot before
Oh,
you
yeah,
enter
yeah, yeah.
quarantine." And then we don't know if they'll have the shots at your base, considering
Mm.
everything that's happening at that base. So I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And then when we go into our little pre-quarantine brief, they're like, also, just let us know if you guys got the vaccine, and you need your second round because you're allowed to go to the clinic as long as you let them know.
What
They'll
the
pull you into a different room so you're not sitting with other people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Lord?
damn it. Well, son of a bitch. I could have gotten my vaccination all
Aw,
taken
that
care of.
sucks. Oh my god, that's, like, one thing you wouldn't have to worry about. I don't know if
Mm.
it's, like, prevalent in said country, but is it? I don't know. I don't even know.
Even if it is, I don't think we'll be afforded the opportunity to kind of explore
That's
any of
true, yeah.
that. And then since we all enter quarantine before deploying, there's a very little risk of us having it
Right.
over there. Um, but still, I really wish I could have gotten the vaccine just to get
I
that done. My
know.
mom's got it. My sister's got it. No, actually, I don't think my sister did. Oh, she got her first one. And
Okay.
then my grand and gramps just got theirs.
Very nice, very nice.
So, yeah.
Good. So we're doing us again, this show is all about Brady, and I wanted to, like, literally, like, go through, like, every single category that I could think of, and I just want, like, to talk about, like, rapid fire, like, what his favorites are. Um, and obviously you're getting all of his tips and whatnot. So it's all
And
about
at the
Brady
end
today.
at the end of it, if there's time, I don't like, again, I don't know what the questions look like. I'm long-winded, but I'll just sit there and I'll tell you exactly, like, my daily schedule when I go walk into a park. I
Oh,
still
that's a
got
good
it.
idea,
It's up
yeah.
there. It's up in my head.
I love it. Well,
And
let's
I'm a
get
creature
started.
of pattern,
You
so it is
are! Oh my
always
goodness.
the same.
The fact that, like, you didn't was it that one time we went where, like, you didn't go to rope drop, you actually sat and watched a movie with Brienne and I?
Yeah, yeah,
That was
that I
wild.
did. That was the first time I watched Crazy Rich Asians. That was
Mhm.
the only thing that prevented me from going on a rope drop.
I feel so honored. Well, let's get started, with our questions. So and honestly, I was like, these might be really good interview questions just to have in the back of my mind as I was, like, typing these up. But, okay, Braden Cleary, when did you first begin visiting the Disney parks?
I was super young. I grew up in Southern California, so, Disneyland was my original home,
Mhm.
and I haven't been there in 12 years now. It's been a long, long time since I've been at
Mhm.
Disneyland, but, yeah, I was a little teeny tiny tater tot head, as my mom would say. I was a little baby. In fact, when I was, I think, 2, she said I, was invited up to the captain's quarter of the Mark Twain, and I got to steer the ship.
Oh, I love that. Well, so when but you didn't start visiting Disney World until a lot later.
Yeah, Disney
Or a lot older.
World was much later. It was 2009. I
Oh, wow.
was yeah, I was a at that time, I was 19. I was gonna turn 20 later on that year. Um,
I got
just
married
gra
in 2009.
so did my sister, but she got married very young. Um, yeah, she got married in 2009. But yeah, no, that was my first time was in 2009. It was summer of 2009. It was with just me, my mom, and my sister, and it was like something my mom has always wanted to do is take us to Disney
Mhm.
World, and it was just super magical. We didn't stay on property, but we stayed at a Days Inn, but it was really nice because they had free breakfast and free transportation,
Oh, yeah.
and it was just a really nice trip. And that trip kind of started all of my um, other traditions that I kind of have,
Oh, yeah?
like how I always get a henna. I got my very first
Mhm.
henna on that trip, which nowadays there's a lot of conversation about henna, and if you are listening and that offends you that me as a white male gets henna, I'm sorry. It's something they offer, and it was really pretty, and I got it done in the Morocco pavilion, if that helps.
I didn't know that there was an issue. That's helpful to I mean, not that I haven't really gotten a henna tattoo in a very, very long time, but I did not know that, so thank you for enlightening
I
me.
think it's more of like a if I would have like got it and like got covered in it and got married in it, like their
Oh, yeah,
traditions.
yeah. Yeah,
uh but like I also haven't really looked into it. I've kind of heard conversation about it, and
sure.
I just just wanted to say, like, if you are listening, let me know, and
Yeah, we
either
would
I'll
love to know.
continue it on with your blessing, or I will discontinue and just reminisce of my pictures.
That's a really good point. So what is your favorite time of year to visit the parks?
um it used to be January and February.
Oh, solid.
That's
Okay.
like January, February is like the winter time of Florida.
Mhm.
So it's kind of chilly, in as chilly as it could get. But there were nights where it would get down to like 25 degrees, and it would be like freezing and windy. Excuse me, I had a Sprite. um, so, but I think right before the whole COVID thing started happening, I started noticing that time of year. Oh, it was because Festival of the Arts.
Yeah.
Um, the parks used to not be very busy during that time of year, and then Festival of the Arts came around, and
Yep.
it started getting a little bit more and more busy every quote unquote off season.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, it was just but it sucked because it was cold, and I really love
Yeah.
Splash Mountain, so that would be like a one-time ride, and I would only go on at the very end of the night, and I'd still wear my poncho. Um, but yeah, and then like you still kind of get, I don't know, just kind of like fresh off the holiday heels, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
I
don't know. I
love
really like
visiting
that
that
time of
time of
year.
year. And you're right, because like, you know what, though? That kinda happened with the October time, like, the late September into October timeframe when food and wine started, like, really picking up, and I think that was probably around the 2009 time, um,
Hmm.
and now it's, like, impossible to go in
And then
October.
it got well, yeah, because now they added the not so scary events,
Oh,
and it
right.
made it
Oh,
hellacious to go.
don't
I
get me.
will say, my mom and I, we go back and forth on this, not like in a disagreement. We just like, I guess we vent to each other about our frustrations
Mhm.
because it is nice that they have those events. Like that's really cool. I would love to go to the parks at night. However, I'm not paying a full day admission to go in at like 7 o'clock at night. And then also I had to pay a full day admission to go in during the day, and then they close the park at freaking
Yep.
6:30. Like what?
No, it's, like,
No
such a
fireworks, no night parades, nothing.
I wish they would. I
So,
don't understand why those extra ticketed events are basically, if not, no, basically like a full day ticket when you're only there for like maybe 4 hours. Like, I mean, I get it, like, there's limited, amount of people, there's, like, quote, unquote, "extra things," but, like, what is it? Like, just candy? Like, is that the extra
yeah.
part?
If that's the extra part, honestly, like, they can keep it. I went to Walmart yesterday. I pre-ordered stuff so I could pick it up at they have this, like, whole outside pickup thing out here,
Uh-huh.
which is really cool, and, I went and I unloaded my bags, and they gave me candy. Little
Oh,
Valentine's Day candies. I had
that's
Jolly
so cute.
Ranchers, little Dum Dums, like, it was really cute.
Yeah, and, like, I
And
mean,
that
I
was free, motherfuckers. That was free.
right. Because if you think about it, like, you're getting a parade, which is a parade, like, you normally get a parade that night anyways. Well, they don't really do nighttime parades too much anymore, I guess.
RIP Main Street Electrical
And
Parade.
I say RIP Spectre Magic. Oh, I don't know what I've been doing lately. I've been watching, YouTube videos of, like, old vacation planning videos, like, you could order in, like, the mail or whatever, and, like, there's just videos of Spectre Magic, and I was like, "Rip." I but and okay, so there's that, and then there used to be a parade, and then there's fireworks, which you would have gotten normally. There's stage
Mhm.
shows, which you would have gotten normally in, like, a normal park evening. So it's like, what are you paying for additionally? The candy. Like, I'm really trying to think. Like, maybe
Yeah, I
some
guess
additional
I don't know how late it's open until, like, if it's
I think
open
it was
until,
till
like, 2
midnight.
or th okay, see, that's just $110 for 5 hours of park time? I don't know about this.
Yeah, I'm not,
But
they
it's
don't
like it's kind of ruined those good times of years to
God,
go.
'cause
So,
they
and
used
then
to
even, like, we're around Christmas time, all these holiday times, like, all these kids have, like, a week or so off of school where parents could take them. Now they have to battle with, "Oh, well, Magic Kingdom's only open for 15 minutes, guys, so we're not gonna do that this trip."
I know. The holiday like the Christmas holiday or like the December holidays, that one's a little bit because that's always been a crazy time because kids are usually on a Christmas or holiday break, winter break at that point. And then like Easter, I remember when I was growing up. So like we never because my mom was a teacher and like we and my dad's a lawyer. So like we could never really like take time off around Easter for some reason. And so everyone all the rich kids in my school used to go to Disney for Easter and then come back.
Oh,
It was a whole thing. And I was used to be
got
like,
the
so
money.
they got the money, and I did not have we did not have the money back then. And, like, they would all go and they would come back, and I'd be like, "Why can't I go at Easter?" But, like, honestly, if you've ever been there during the holidays, like, what a shit show. It's miserable.
It's very, very crazy. I remember when I did a little stint of living in Orlando for a couple months, it was literally a very short it was I think I got there the beginning of October, and I moved back home at the end of December?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was before the new year, but I think it was, like, just before Christmas, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I lived down there for a little bit, and my sister came to visit, and we went to the Magic Kingdom, and they had everything set up to record the Disney parade, which was really
Mhm.
cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So we got
yeah.
to see like all the cameras and the lights and the stages and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff, and that was a lot of fun.
That's
But it
fun.
was so freaking crowded because everybody wanted to be
Disney
recorded
Infinity.
parade day.
Yeah, I accidentally showed up, to Disneyland on that day, and I
Accidentally.
was like, "What a disaster." Oh my god. So what is your favorite Disney hotel?
Ooh, I haven't stayed in a huge amount of them, but I think I stayed in like a good
In a good chunk of them.
spread.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would have to say my favorite is the Dolphin.
very nice.
I love the Dolphin because of the location. Like,
Mhm.
it just I can walk to the back gates of Epcot. That road is, you're either walking to Epcot or
Mhm.
the drive is very short to Hollywood Studios. Hollywood
Oh,
Studios is
yeah.
literally across the highway. So you just plop on over there, and then it's very central. It's like equidistant from Animal Kingdom and uh, Magic Kingdom. And all those reasons are exactly the same as before I had ever stayed at the Don or Swolfen, Swan or Dolphin. Uh, it would have been the Caribbean beach resorts.
Mhm.
Would be my favorite if I never stayed at the Swan and Dolphin.
So then what is your favorite non-Disney resort?
My favorite non-Disney resort? Well, I count Swan and Dolphin as Disney, even though technically it's a good neighbor.
It's like a half and half,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, the fact that it's like literally right there on the boardwalk, and I don't know, I consider it Disney hotel.
Yeah, I do too, I
Uh,
would yeah.
I would say I've only stayed in like four non-Disney ones, and that
Mhm.
was when we went in 2009. It was Days Inn, it had free breakfast, but I think it was kind of far from the park, so it was like kind of the travel.
Yeah.
It was on the international drive, so it
Right,
wasn't like
right.
super far, but far enough to like at the end of the night you're just exhausted. And then there's one called I kept getting it confused with the Saratoga Springs, and it was miserable. We didn't have an AC. It was the middle of July.
What?
Uh, they
Dude.
double charged our room,
Oh,
so
yes.
I paid in
Oh,
advance, and then when I gave them my card in the beginning, they charged it again for the whole trip,
oh
and
my god.
that was my money for the whole trip. So Matt and I had this is our very first trip together.
Oh my
Matt and I had,
god.
like, $90 to last us the
Ugh.
5 days that we were there. So, luckily, there's a Pizza Hut up the road, and we just got 2 large pizzas, and that was our dinner. We would snack
Mhm.
on pretzels at the park. Luckily, because we had our just married and his first trip pins,
Aw.
Disney loves fucking pins,
They
guys.
love
If
the
you
pins,
guys are
man.
celebrating something, get your pin
And where can you
because
get those pins?
you can get them at the hotels, you can get them at the entrances of the parks, you can get them at the guest relations at all the parks. They're everywhere, and even some of the gift shops will have the pins, and they'll give them to you. They're free, and they give you things, my dudes. They give you things. Matt and I had so many free pretzels because of these pins.
Oh, I
Like
love that.
it was great. It really helped us eat through the trip. um,
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
and then so I gotta say my favorite. It's like a double-edged sword. It's my favorite and least favorite place I've stayed at Disney. It's the Shades of Green military place
Good point.
because it's cheaper than some of the places. At some points, it's like a constant price throughout the year, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But it's also based off your rank. So the higher you rank, the more it's going to cost, and that's kind of good because it helps keep it cheaper for younger families, but who are also like on a budget. So little, in the military, our pay grades are from E1 to E9. So little E3 Brady making, $700 a month
Mhm.
still wants to go to Disney World, but I don't have the same pay that E5 Brady now does. So it's nice that they kind of base it off your pay, so you can try to afford it a little easier.
Yeah.
It's a, but it's just it's really pretty,
Mhm.
but it's confusing to get to, and it smells like retirement home.
You said that last time we talked about that. It's
Yeah,
horrifying.
it really does. It like the hallways, it just smells like you're going to visit grandma and grandpa at the house, at the home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it's been a long time since I've been in there, and they were renovating. And I was on in the older rooms. The rooms are huge, though. The rooms are very large. So if you're in the military, I mean, do it. You're literally in order to get to these hotels, you have to go through the the gates of Magic Kingdom. So like you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
on property. So and they have a really pretty golf course attached to it. But it's just the smell. It really gets me. I've been volunteering at my mom's work, and she's been working at retirement homes since I
Aw.
was 9. So it
Oh my
just I
god.
when I go in there, all I smell is
Yeah.
the elderly.
Oh, no. So well, let's talk about something a little bit more pleasant then. What is your favorite hotel pool, Disney hotel pool?
Um, so far, the ones I've been to, I would say it is Caribbean Beach. They have like a little
It looks
water
really
slide,
pretty.
like water
Yeah.
park there, and that was a lot of fun.
It looks really, really nice in, like, the pictures that I've seen of it. I've never stayed there, and I've always wanted to,
It is, I
especially now that it's
it
connected to
is
the
a
Skyliner.
way up there. Again, it is. If it wasn't for Swan and Dolphin being literally walking to
Yeah.
the international gateway, my favorite would be Caribbean Beach because it's one of the most, I would say, affordable um, middle tier hotels that
Mhm.
are there, and it's just so well decorated and like it's you can rent bikes. When I went on that trip by myself, that's where I stayed. I stayed in the Pirates of the Caribbean room, and it was super cute. I felt like I was just like
I
in the
love
Pirates
those
of the
pictures.
Caribbean.
So cute.
And then it was or you can rent a bike, you can rent a bicycle for the day, and you can just wander around and ride your bike around the whole property, up along the spooky little ponds. They have hammocks and like lawn chairs just out in these beaches, like all throughout the property, not just at the pools. You can rent little boats. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot to do there.
Yeah. I've always wanted to stay there because I remember, like, when weirdly, I remember when it opened, and I thought that was, like, the coolest resort. For some reason, like, I was just, like, obsessed with it, and especially now that it's connected to the Skyliner, it's so convenient. Like, I've always wanted to stay there.
Last time I went, there was a whole lot of construction going on because they were building the Destino Tower.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I haven't really been there and stayed there since, but I imagine it's a lot nicer now that all the plywood walls are down, separating the properties.
Mhm.
So
What is your favorite hotel restaurant?
favorite hotel restaurant, definitely Ohana.
Nick's gonna be so jealous you said that.
It's Ohana. It is
I
so
love it.
so good. It You gotta go hungry
Oh,
though
for
because
sure.
everything is nonstop. It's you eat a little, or not even a little. You eat a big bowl of appetizers that has noodles, um, dumplings, chicken wings, like a bunch of different stuff in it, and it's
Mhm.
for the table. And you get bread, and they just keep refilling it. Like it doesn't end. Um, and then they also come around, really Brazilian steakhouse style, where they come around
Mhm.
with like a stick of meat, whether it's shrimp, chicken, or steak, and you can say yes, no, as many times as you want. They just keep coming around, and they keep filling up your plate. The drinks were really, really good. Obviously, the pina colada, I
You
just
love
can't not. I
it.
can't not have it. It's so good.
I love it.
Um, and then the dessert is so good. It's like a caramel dream. It's got
Oh,
ice
that sounds
cream
so
and
good.
cake and caramel sauce, and it's like a warm hot cake. I can't remember what kind of cake it is all of a sudden.
I've never eaten there, and Nick doesn't let me forget that we've never eaten there every
You
time.
got to. I mean, it's expensive, for sure, and it's so much food. It's an end of the day kind of thing
Yeah,
because
these are the
it
great
is
meals.
so much food. Um, Fun fact though, if you're unable to get a reservation to get in there, you can go to the little quote unquote quick servicey restaurant that's right to the left of it. I can't
Mhm.
remember what it's called, but it's Darling Nikki and I stayed there and or just ate there, and you can order stuff off the Ohana menu and they'll bring it to you.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Yes.
What is your favorite hotel bar or lounge?
Ooh. I would say the Wave.
I was hoping you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time at the Wave.
Yeah,
It's just like it's just cool. Like the vibe there is really nice.
yeah, it's so cool.
You get your drinks real quick. That's the day I I had the pina coladas. And the first one I was like, "All right, cool. This is really good." The second one I was like, "I need to go to the room now." And
We are done, which is so
I
weird for a Disney
me and 12
cocktail.
other Bradys are done. Well, it was at the end of like Epcot day and
Oh,
everything.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
we were done.
done. I was done.
What is your favorite mode of Disney transportation?
Ooh, I would say the ferry.
I thought you were gonna say that. I knew
Yep.
you were gonna say that.
It's just magical, guys. The ferry is so magical as we are.
Yeah.
The just right pulling okay, when you get there and you walk down and you get on on the ferry, I always try to get up front. A lot of you can go upstairs, there's upstairs, downstairs. I just like to get right up front so I can just get the H out of there. But like just come up on the castle and it gets bigger and bigger and Space Mountain gets bigger and bigger and then you're
Mhm.
there and like they have Disney music on the whole time. If you show up during the fireworks, uh, they play the fireworks
Mm.
songs, like the shows.
You thumb it through. Oh, I love that.
So but it is just it's not the fastest mode of transportation, I don't think, but
And you're
it
taking it
fits
from
a
the
lot of
TTC,
people.
right? For a
Yes.
long time ago, very.
It's yeah, you take it from there, same place you would take the monorail, it's just to the left, but, like, I don't know, but it also kind of freaks me out because I used to think that they were on a track, and they're not, 1. 2, that water is deep AF,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I made the
dude.
mistake of asking about fish there, and they're like, "Yeah, there's some pretty big fish down
Oh
there,"
my god.
and then I'm thinking of all these freaking people and like they don't do like a safety brief or anything. They're not like, oh, by the way, like here's where your life jackets are. So I just think like worst case scenario, that shit drowns. I'm dying of a heart attack.
Oh my god, you're right. I haven't,
So and there's literally hundreds of people on that boat.
yeah, oh, yeah. The last time I rode the ferry was in 2007, I
Oh
think. I
Jesus.
remember it I know. I remember it specifically because I went with my grandma and her man friend, and, I never really knew what to call him. They're both passed now, but, like, I never knew what to call him. And, they lived in, well, they at that point, they had moved to Orlando. I think that was the last time I went with them. And, they would just drive in, right? So we would just drive in fr and we would just take the ferry in from the TTC. They love the ferry. They love that ferry, and they love the one in, Liberty Square. We had to sit and ride.
uh,
They were older, what are you gonna do?
the Liberty Bell.
Yes, yes. Okay, when did you become a Walt Disney World pass holder?
I became a Walt Disney World pass holder. Um, I think it was mine in that second trip
Oh, man, you, like,
because
bought in early.
yeah, we bought in pretty early because at that point, so for military, we get really cheap tickets, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what they are this year. I haven't bought the ticket yet for Matt for his trip with my family. But last year, it was $250 for 5-day park hoppers. Like, that's cheap. A
Oh my
one-day pass
god.
at Magic Kingdom is
That's so cheap.
110, $130.
Yeah.
5-day park hoppers for $250.
Wild, dude, that's nuts. I can't wait for my in-laws to hear this because they go
Yeah,
with, like, their big family. They'll be like, "Holy shit."
it is really cheap. So it's, like, worth kind of buying the ticket over and
Oh my
over.
god, yeah.
However, um, you only get 6 a year in the
Oh,
military.
okay.
So but luckily, since Matt's retired, he also gets 6.
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
If he was just like the ordinary, military spouse, he wouldn't get his own set of
Oh,
6.
got you. Okay.
Um, but with us going seeing how easy it is, because like, guys, people make Disney trips sound so impossible, but if you plan it right, like, if you can rent if you're doing just the hotel, you can book your hotel 450 days in advance, and literally you pay for the first night as your down payment, and every day or every week you have a little extra money, you can call and be like, "Hey, can I put $20 on my hotel? Hey, can I put $10 on my hotel? Hey, can I put $50 on my hotel?" And before you know it, it's paid off, and when you go there on your trip, 450 days if you can't pay off your trip in 450 days, then maybe you should have got, like, maybe a value resort, you
Right,
know?
right.
But even then, you can still go, you can still do it. And then you can also bundle all that in with your tickets. So if you're not in the military, you can get your room and your tickets, and you can continue. It'd just be $200 as a down payment, regardless of what the first night cost is,
Mhm.
and you pay it down over time. Even if you want to include your meals, pay $200 in the beginning and you pay it down over time. So you just got to
Yeah,
plan it in advance.
that's
You
really
can
smart.
go. It's super doable. However, I'm not that person. So I got the passes because in as a Florida resident, you can get the pass that you can pay it off.
Mhm.
So over the year, instead of paying, we got the platinum passes. Instead of paying both platinum passes down right there, as you would as a person out of state, you would know this. Your person out of
Yes.
state with a pass hold
I had to
as
pay
a
it
pass
in
holder, you
full.
have to pay it. Yeah, you have to pay it in full.
Uh-huh.
Florida residents, you can pay it off
That's so
over the
nice.
year, um, and so that kind of really allowed Matt and I to afford to be able to go more often. And with it
Mhm.
only being 6 hours away, I was like, and if regardless if Matt wanted to come with me or not, like I could go. So I was like, shoot,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Because when we do go, we typically stay 7 days at least, if not 8 or 9.
Yeah, you do, like, a good chunk.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we do a long it's a long week. So if I even still only did the Disney military passes, I'd have to buy two, which is $500 each at that point. So that's $1,000 right there, which is the cost of one whole pass, and that's only one trip.
Jeez.
So
That's such you can't, like, say no to it.
yeah, so I was like, well, and I'm also really good at convincing myself to spend money in if I want to spend the money.
Hey, you know
So,
what? You can do whatever
like,
you
for instance, I've been buying a bunch of stuff for this deployment, and I was like, well, you know what? I really need to pay um, my car payment, and then right after that, I got to pay rent on the first. And I was like, you know what? I don't. I'm gonna be going to a place where we have a dining facility, and the meals and everything are all right there. I don't have
Yeah.
to like. I won't be buying my Starbucks every day. I won't be buying lunch every day. I was like, I don't need the money, so I'll pay my car, I'll pay my rent, and I'll buy the things that I want.
Yeah,
So, like, whatever.
absolutely.
Sounds like next month's problem when I won't be able to spend any of my money.
Yeah, just be saving it, I guess.
So, and it'll be tax free.
Aw, you. You know what's so funny when you told me about the whole tax situation? All I could think of was the movie Armageddon, where, like, they're like, "We're not paying any taxes ever," which is not the case for you, but, like, it just reminded me of that scene, and I was like,
They knew
"Oh,
what they were
no."
talking about.
Personally, I don't think you should ever have to pay taxes again forever for what you're doing, but here we are.
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
Not all of us can be Trump.
I know. But so what was your favorite perk of being a pass holder?
Um, um, the ability to not have to pay extra for a park hopper and just park hop. You know what I mean? Like, because typically, if you stay at the resort or you go to the parks and you're using the tickets, you have to think then, okay, well, am I just going to stay in one park all day, or am I going to pay an extra $50 and park hop? Uh,
Yeah.
I didn't really have to think about that. It was just,
Yeah.
like even because I always made Matt and I leave early in the morning
Yeah.
on our way there. So it would be like literally before sunup. Sometimes I'd be like, all right, we got to be out of the house by 4:30 in the morning because we lose an hour because we're in the central time zone and we go to the eastern time zone. And then I also wanted to just be there. I'm excited. I'm a little kid. So most people, they take their travel day and they're unable to go to the parks because then if they use one of their tickets, that's one of their tickets. But with the
Yeah.
pass, we would be like, we'd go there, I'd kind of wander around the resort we're staying at, get a vibe for it, we'd take showers and kind of refresh, and then we would be like, well, you want to go to Epcot and get dinner? You want to get some drinks at Epcot? And like,
Isn't that so
sure.
nice?
You want to go? You want to catch Fantasmic? Like, okay. We could literally do whatever we wanted.
Yeah. It's so nice. Ugh, I miss being a pet. I mean, like, I let mine obviously expire. I think you did the same thing. Um,
I called to
oh,
cancel
you did call
mine,
and cancel it. I just let
which
mine expire.
I called a month or 2 months after the deadline because they gave you like that option. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
people on the with pass holders, you can call to cancel. Blah blah blah. We'll work with you. This and that. Some people were being offered refunds. And then like the time came and went where that passed, and then finally I was like, you know what, screw it, I really need to cancel these passes, and
Right.
I called, canceled, and they sent me 2 months of payments back.
That's so nice.
Yeah, they didn't have to do that. I wasn't
Yeah, they
expecting that
didn't.
at all.
Yeah.
So, I was just, like, hoping I wouldn't have to pay that current month, and I would have been happy.
Right. Yeah.
But as
Okay.
soon as I move back to Florida, I'm getting another pass.
Yes. Yes. As soon as I get my vaccine, man, I am renewing immediately.
Renew.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay. So we have 20 minutes. But no, so this is going to be kind of quick. We're going to go through each park, also Disney Springs. And do you have experience with water parks?
Just one, and
Okay,
we didn't stay for very long.
that's okay. We could do that. And then also just Disneyland itself, not DCA, because I don't think you've been to DCA, right?
Just the year it opened.
Just the year it opened. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through each park. What is your favorite land, favorite ride or attraction, favorite place to shop, favorite table service, quick service, and photo spot? I'll walk you through it.
I was having a heart attack.
I know. Okay. Magic Kingdom, favorite land,
Favorite land is Tomorrowland.
favorite ride or attraction.
It is Pirates of the Caribbean,
Oh, yeah.
always.
Favorite place to shop.
Favorite place to shop? The Outdoor Trading Post.
Ooh, I like that. Favorite
They always
table
have
service.
side
Oh,
note,
sorry.
they have all the magic bands,
Yeah.
the limited edition ones that Matt and I collect. That's where you can find them.
This is the one right by Splash Mountain, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah, okay. I knew.
By Pico's Bill.
Yes. Favorite table service.
Used to be Pico Bills, but then they got rid of the
Oh, that's quick service.
barbacoa burritos. Oh, table service. Uh, I've only ever done Be Our Guest.
That's a very fair answer. So favorite quick service then.
Used to be Pico's Bills. They used to have like a full-on condiment bar. You can make a whole
No.
other meal there, and then first of all they got rid of the little barbacoa burritos. It was like going to Chipotle. It was really nice.
Mhm.
Um, and then they got rid of the guac that was just sitting out there on the table for free. Like, so they really caught on.
Yeah.
So now I would say really anywhere with nuggies, doesn't really matter.
That's fair.
I think Magic Kingdom is the worst place to eat. Honestly,
I would agree. Except for Skipper Canteen. Skipper Canteen's very good.
I haven't tried that.
You gotta go. Oh, it's so good. Favorite photo spot.
Favorite photo spot is Space Mountain on the ride.
I love that. Love that. Okay, Epcot. Same questions. Favorite land.
Favorite land? Ooh, Japan.
Love it. Favorite ride or attraction.
I would say the test track.
Yes. Favorite place to shop?
Oh, this is hard.
I know, right?
um,
It's hard.
I would say Japan because there's like so
The
much to
store's
look at, but
awesome.
I can also say don't think I've ever purchased anything from there other than like snacks.
Yeah. They're so
Um,
fun to wander through.
Mouse Gear.
Oh, yeah. Hell
That
yeah.
place is massive.
Favorite table sit-down restaurant?
Mm, I would say the one that is upstairs, not the hibachi one, but the other one, the one that you didn't like too much.
Oh, Tepanetto.
Yeah, Tapanetto, because
Yep.
that's where Matt and I had our first anniversary, and it was really, really just a wonderful experience.
Favorite quick service?
Uh, the I'm blanking on all these names. Oh my god, Matt's gonna kill me. Uh, chicken cutlet curry.
That's oh, is that Katsura Grill? Yeah, Katsura Grill.
Yes, Katsura Grill. Yeah,
Guys, listen to last week's episode because we went deep into, the Japan Pavilion,
we did. We spent about 30 minutes in there alone.
just in there. And what's your favorite photo spot in Epcot?
Um, at night when you're leaving on the way out of the nation pavilions,
Yeah,
in front of the I almost said in front of the 8 ball, in front of the
basically that.
spaceship Earth.
I love that. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, Animal Kingdom. Favorite land?
Pandora.
Love it.
Ooh, no, I don't know.
Ooh.
Pandora at night is really pretty.
Oh,
Pandora in the day is like kind of like it is still really like mystical and magical how it's all there, but I don't know. I would have to say the the area in front of Escape Everest is really, really just that
yes.
whole park is
Asia,
so
yeah.
beautiful.
It is. It's stunning. Favorite ride or attraction?
Flight of Passage.
Mhm. Favorite place to shop? And this is hard because I couldn't tell you where to shop in Animal Kingdom. I don't really shop there.
Wow, I would say the gift shop right out of Flight of Passage. They
Oh,
got
yeah, that one is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got a bunch of cool stuff. Matt and I have a couple of those little shoulder banshee machine
Yeah,
things.
oh, I love them.
Um, and they also have a lot of really cool limited edition wristbands.
Mhm. Favorite sit-down restaurant?
Mm, I don't think I've ever really done a sit
We
down
did Nomad
restaurant.
Lounge. I would count that.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say I've only eaten at Nomad Lounge, but that's like I only got appetizers really there
Yeah,
and drinks,
that's fine.
obviously.
Nomad
So
Lounge
yeah, I
is
would say Nomad
business.
Lounge.
Favorite quick service?
The Salty Canteen. What is it called?
The one outside of Flight of Passage?
Yep, the one outside of Flight
Yep.
Passage. The meat there is so good. Oh god,
Oh,
everything in that little sit down
it
restaurant is
is.
really good, and it's quick service prices, and you get
Yeah.
quite a bit of food.
Yeah. Favorite photo spot?
Favorite photo spot is either the bridge. If you just passed Nemo and Friends, the musical,
Yep.
on the right, it's on the bridge that's about to take you to Mount Everest.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a little photo pass guy
Oh,
there,
super
and
nice.
I also really like the one in the back of the tree. Oh gosh, where do you gotta go? I think if you're leaving like Africa, there's like a little walkway. It's right next to where the smoking section used to be. I only know that because Matt used to smoke. Um, and
Like,
it's
I don't know where
literally
that is.
like tucked down. You can't like I didn't even know it was there until one day I was like kind of looking around because Matt was smoking, and I like caught the glimpse of like the top of an umbrella, and
Mhm.
so I walked down there, and it gets the whole backside
Oh,
of
wow.
the tree, and there's
Oh,
nobody over
wow.
there.
I love that. Hollywood Studios. Favorite land?
Oh, Star Wars Land now.
Oh, yeah. Favorite attraction ride?
Uh, I would say Toy Story Mania.
Oh, it's so good.
No,
So
oof.
and
Yeah,
you
Toy
hate
Story
Toy Story
Mania.
Land.
Yeah, and I hate. Well, Toy Story Mania was long before Toy Story
Right,
Land,
that's right, yeah.
and I only hate Toy Story Land because they really fucked it up. They dropped the
You
ball.
get so mad. You get so mad. Favorite place to shop?
Honestly, I don't think I've seen Toy Story 4 because of Toy Story Land.
That's hysterical.
I get so mad. Favorite
Oh,
place to shop? Um, oh my goodness.
it's kinda hard to, like I know a few places that I do like to go shop in, and I'm maybe
Um,
confusing it with DCA, quite honestly.
yeah, I really don't know.
And
Anywhere I
it's
can get a
just they're
balloon.
fun. Anywhere you can get a
And
balloon.
any person that's got a balloon on them for Hollywood Studios, I'd say that because that's where I get my traditional
Yeah,
pre-Phantasmic balloon.
yes. Favorite sit-down restaurant?
I don't think I've ever done a sit-down restaurant at
I
Hollywood
don't
Studios.
think I have either, question mark? I don't think I have either.
Definitely not eating at the poop derby.
The Oh,
You
man,
guys gotta
that's
go
an early
back, way
episode.
back.
That is an early episode. Favorite quick service?
Um, right by dinosaurs, there's a little sit-down
Oh,
area,
nice.
and they got really good dino nuggies.
Ooh, very nice. Favorite photo spot?
Back when the Sorcerer Mickey hat was there, it was that.
Oh, rip.
Um, I guess I'd say in front of Tower Terror.
Fair. All right. Disney Springs. There's not a favorite land. So you could say your favorite, and there's not really an attraction. Well, there are a few attractions. So I guess we'll skip those two. But what's your favorite place to shop in Disney Springs?
Oh, that's it
That's a good
used to
one.
be the world of Disney, the big main
Yeah,
Disney
Walt
store there. What the
Disney. Yeah.
hell?
Mhm.
Yeah, World of Disney. It used to be that, but then they took down all the cute ass shit from the ceilings.
I hate the remodel. I hate it.
I mean, it's pretty, but it's like it doesn't scream Disney to
No,
me.
exactly. That's
It's
exactly
like
it.
it's like, oh, it's a well lit Hollister. Thank
That's
you.
exactly right. That's so true.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess still that because it's still got all the stuff in it that isn't
Yeah.
stuff.
Favorite sit down restaurant.
Uh, I would say. Well, I used to work at Rainforest Cafe, but the food there isn't very good anymore. Um, I can't remember the name of the Mexican restaurant that we went to. That's there. It's right by
Mexican.
Wolfgang Puck's.
Oh, isn't that like bongos? Or
It
no?
might be.
Or is it the new one, the one that just opened?
I think it's
It's not
been
really
there
Mexican,
for.
it's Spanish, but
No, it was definitely like margaritas and chips and salsa.
is it that Paradise? There's that Paradiso there. I think maybe
Yes,
it's
it was
called
that. That
Paradiso.
that was
Okay.
it.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Favorite quick service.
Deluxe burger.
Oh, is that good? I've never eaten there. I
It
like the kind of
is.
burger places though.
It is so good. I'm like not super huge on burgers, but like this place, the fries are really good. You can
Very nice.
get beer and like different kinds of alcohol beverages there. The food is really really good. It's expensive,
Sure.
and I recommend eating it there. But you can get it for takeout. Matt and I did that one time. We got it as takeout, and I brought it to the hotel. But it like gets cold really quick for some reason. French
Mhm.
fries. They do what they do.
Do you have a favorite photo spot in Disney Springs?
Um,
If not, it's cool.
I kind of made one up along.
That's okay because it's like
Mm,
what you like, where you like to take a picture.
yeah, it's what's that sushi place called? It starts with an M, I think.
Oh, Morimoto's.
Yeah, Morimoto's.
Yeah.
Yeah, along there they have these. beautiful walls that are like lit up with
Mhm.
kanji letters, and I take pictures in front of that like it's an actual Disney wall.
I love that.
Though I do that at
Um,
a lot of parks. I do it
oh,
all
yeah,
over
make your own wall.
Animal Kingdom, all over Animal Kingdom. Just push a bush aside, and boom, you got yourself a fancy little wall.
Oh, there's amazing hidden walls there. Amazing. Okay, what was the one water park that you've been to?
It was Blizzard Beach.
And what's your favorite attraction there?
Um, the lazy river was a lot of fun. I
Oh, yeah.
hated the Goofy's like the plunge one, the Paradise Plunge, something plunge.
I don't know which
The
one
the
that.
main one that looks like a giant ski luge and
Like the summit nuts. Is it Summit Plummet?
Summit Plummet. Yeah.
Plummet?
Oh God, it scared the hell out of me.
Is Summit Plummet that one, or is that the one? Whichever one's like the bajillion feet drop, and that's horrifying. I would
Yeah,
never come near
yeah.
that.
It was
Why is that?
terrifying. I went, and that was when PhotoPass literally just became a thing.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
it was mine and Matt's first time going to the parks, and we had passes that weren't park hoppers, but
Hmm.
you instead of park hoppers, you got to choose one of the other things. So you could either do 5 parks and then a water park or a golf, like a putt putt place. Like
Yeah.
it included one of those. So we did Blizzard Beach, and we went on that scary ass thing. The lineup is so daunting and terrifying. And I literally like, because you're supposed to like just lay down and then like slide over the ledge of the curb. I
Yeah.
like stuck my hands to the side of the slide as far as I could to where I could just like drop straight down
Yeah.
because I was afraid I was gonna just fly over the lip of the slide.
Oh my god.
Um,
Amazing.
but I bring in PhotoPass to this because we got off the ride and some person's down there and they hand me this little wristband with a little chip, like a little
Uh-huh.
square on it, and like, here, go to Disney.com and check this out. And you went up and it was pictures of me. You could see my face going, oh shit, like I screamed it, and you can see my face saying it as they're taking the pictures of my fat ass sliding
That's
down that
amazing.
slide to hell. Um,
That's
yeah,
amazing. That's
and yeah, so and that was before like they got smart with the copyrights and everything. So like we
oh
just could
yeah.
screenshot our phones and have the pictures.
Oh, I love that. Let's see. Oh, Disneyland. So what was your favorite
Disneyland.
land in Disneyland? Or was your favorite land in Disneyland?
Oh, I think it's always Tomorrowland. It's just all the lights and
It's so cool
stuff.
there, yeah.
Oh, but Disneyland, I gotta say, Disneyland does such a better job of just the ambience of everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's little twinkle lights everywhere. There's little
Yes.
teacup lights. It's just Tomorrowland. I'll say
There's so much
Tomorrowland.
more detail, I think, at Disneyland.
Yeah.
My MO. Favorite ride or attraction? The space.
Pirates.
um,
Pirates of the
favorite place to
Caribbean.
shop?
Um, probably just oh shit, what is that store called? The main store on Main
Oh,
Street.
the Emporium, which
The
is
Emporium, yeah.
stunning, which is absolutely stunning there. Like, you think ours looks good, and I say ours like we own WDW, but theirs is older.
Mine.
And, like, back in the day, like, they just paid way more attention to detail and didn't care what it cost, and it's just so gorgeous in there. Oh my lord. Ba 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 ba. Favorite restaurant?
Uh, Country Bear Jamboree. It's not that anymore, but I haven't been since it's changed.
Wait, they had a Country Bear Jamboree restaurant?
Yeah, it was right by Splash Mountain.
Oh, no way.
And it like it's just like a quick service thing. You order nuggets or whatever, but it's like
Oh,
right on the water, right by Splash
oh,
Mountain.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I hear you. Okay, what is your overall favorite park?
That's stupid. You can't do this to me. Um,
Fuck you for asking such a
there's
question.
God, they all have so many wonderful things. Uh, I don't know. That's a really tough question.
It is. It is.
Disneyland's like my OG, but like
Well, I
I
gotta be,
love
like, out
I
of the Walt
love
Disney World part.
Epcot.
Yeah.
Um, I'd say I'd say Epcot is probably my favorite, just
Overall
because like Matt and I, when we leave there, we're just like we had such a great day, and like
yeah.
I don't know,
Overall favorite ride, and this should be easy.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Overall favorite place to shop.
Mm, Mouse Gear probably.
I love that. I love Mesquier. Favorite sit down restaurant.
Tepanetto.
Indeed. Favorite quick service.
Katsura Grill.
Favorite place to take a picture.
Um, when the fireworks are going off, at Magic Kingdom, over by uh, what's that damn ride? Thunder Mountain.
Oh,
That
oh
little
yeah.
bridge area, and you
Yes.
get the picture of Liberty Bell with the fireworks behind it. Really
Oh,
pretty.
I love it. It's like it's so understood. Like the most I if I have the and I don't spend a lot of nighttime in Magic Kingdom, but like that's the most beautiful spot is like right around Big Thunder, like that whole area.
Yeah, it is. All the bridges, and they're all pretty and lit up.
I know. Okay. What is your favorite Disney parks moment?
Um. Okay, so Matt loves Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And we got to get, or we got to go with my whole family, and this is when my niece and nephew were very young, and the show, the Jedi little Padawan training show with the
Yeah.
kids or whatever, was there. And Matt scoops Braden up because he couldn't see, and he puts him on his shoulders. And I got a picture of them just
Oh,
like zoning out watching the show. It was really cute.
I love that. Okay, and what this is the final question, y'all. What is your
Oh no.
favorite moment of the podcast?
Oh my gosh. That's so hard.
It is.
Honestly, I'd say probably, though the sound quality is not there yet, anything in between like episodes 1 and probably 5.
That's what I was I was hoping you'd say that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the early episodes of the podcast, because like, we were just getting to know each other.
Yes.
So like our little quips that we probably now say often, we were just kind of picking up on back then. So we're like,
Mhm.
like what did they just say? Like, um, and then just like it was, I don't know. Those are probably some of my favorite episode times were in that, and like
Yeah.
mouseogyny,
Oh my god.
and she moved into his castle. I'll die on that hill.
That is the hill to die on. Oh my god. Yes. Those are all my questions. You did awesome.
Oh my goodness,
That was so
guys.
much fun.
I just I'm gonna pop in. I'll pop in. Just
Yes.
send me the link and I'll pop in as much as I can. Even if it's literally just me popping going
That's
and leaving.
that's just it's so funny. It's like I always say this to my husband. I'm always like, I call you all the time because I just want to know you're alive. Like, I don't give a shit what you're doing. So like if you could just like give me signals. So I know, like, not that I know where you are, but like I know everything's okay. I would
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it.
do that. I do that to Matt. He's like, What, Brady? What? I'm playing video games." I'm like, "I just wanted to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I'm done now. Like, I'm over it now. So bye."
I know. You're like, that's all. That's all. Like, I just need to know you're alive and not like
No,
dead at
no,
this
no, no,
point.
no, no. I didn't. No, I didn't want to ask about your game. I didn't want to ask about your game. Ugh,
And
that's
now it's
nice that you're
become
enjoying
like,
your game. but I'm also equally guilty of that because he'll
Yeah.
call and just be like, "Oh, I just wanted to see what you're doing," and "Oh, it's just waking up," or "Oh, I went to Starbucks," and like, "Okay, well, I'll talk to you later." I'm like, "Wait, well, don't leave me."
I
All right.
know. Aw. Well, yeah, I think this is when you hear this, Brady will be, in and on the other side of the world, and we,
Literal other side of the
literally
world.
literally on the other side, and we are just, praying for your safe return and that everything's okay, and we're just really gonna miss you.
I'll be around, guys.
I
Don't miss me too much. I'm still looking at my suitcase that's not packed and really irritated at myself, but
know. And I've already had some people reach out, asking if they can send you things or if they can send you and your team things. So I think, like, either I'll work with your mom or Matt to figure out how to do that.
okay,
People
yeah.
who want to do that. For the record, and I just so everyone knows, I'm not an emotional person. I really, really don't like crying. I've almost cried like 6 times during all of this, and, like, just, like, random shit that I was thinking about, and it's just really embarrassing.
No,
I was,
no.
like, watching myself
Everything's
in the mirror. Oh god.
everything's gonna work out just
Everything
fine.
will be fine.
It is kind of like just setting on me. Like 6 months is a very long time.
Yeah,
That's a half a year,
yeah.
but it's it'll be all right. I mean, I'm gonna miss my anniversary. I'm gonna miss
Oh, I
the
know.
family trip with my family to Disney. Um,
You know what's so funny? Like,
but
I
I'll be
think I
able to
told
go.
you this, but, like, you have the same job and the same thing that my grandfather had when he was, in deployed for World War II. And I've told you that, right?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, yeah, like, literally, like, the exact same job, it's weird. And, like, you're going, there and doing, like, the same thing, and it's just, like, ironical. It gives me good vibes because everything was fine, so
Yeah, just, like, also, like, out of all the people in the world, and like you said before, like, one of your only friends that you knew
yes,
at the current moment of a deployment,
yes.
and I have the same job as your grandpa.
I know, isn't that great? I think that's cool. I think that's a good sign.
Just out there fixing shit.
Just fixing shit, man. Gotta win them wars, you know? Hell yeah. Alright, buddy. We're gonna miss you.
Well, yeah, I guess since I host or I started
Oh,
today, I
yeah,
guess I
you
should
host?
end it.
You gotta close it up. Lock it up.
Okie dokie, kids. Well, it was a wonderful episode. I told you it was going to be. Thank you so much, Annie, for thinking of all those questions to ask me. She got I came up with like 4 names for the giant list of people that are gonna be rotating hosts. And I was all
Mhm.
like, here's some names. And she's like, here's 18 more. And I'm like, oh,
I got quite a few.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which is great because again, 6 months is a long time. So
Yeah, and I didn't wanna
uh
depend on anyone, to, do multiple episodes, like, I didn't wanna, put that on anybody, so I'm just like, "Look, we'll just play it by ear, and it's gonna be fun." Not the same,
yeah,
but
well,
fun.
it's gonna be a good time. I can't wait to listen to them.
Yay.
I'll be out there. Again, I'm gonna try and pop in, but
Yes.
until then, it's been another great episode of Never Growing Up, a Disney Parks podcast for adults. I am Brady McCleary, also known to you as Brady Cam on Instagram. And with me, as always, is the wonderful, spectacular, well, um, I was articulated. See, I'm
Oh,
not
I
well
like
articulated, and that was the word I was gonna go with.
that.
Um, this is her.
Hi. I'm Annie at WDW Collective.
And I'll see you real soon.
Real soon.
Bye.
Bye.